Hey everyone, and welcome. When we're talking about AI, one of the biggest questions that always comes up is how do you even know if it's working? If you're actually succeeding. Well, it turns out different organizations are basically keeping two completely different scorecards. Today, we're going to break down exactly what those are and, more importantly, what they reveal.
But before we dive in, just a quick heads up. This is part 7 of our 15-part overview of a big research report on the differences in AI governance between shareholder-focused and customer-focused organizations, which was done by Virtualization Options LLC. And as you can probably guess, these explainers just scratch the surface of what's in the full report. Also, please remember, this isn't legal advice and it doesn't come with any kind of warranty. Okay, let's get into it.
So let's just start with that huge question. You've poured time, money, and talent into building out your AI systems, but how do you actually know if they're successful? Is it all about the money you save? Is it about how happy your customers are? Or is it something else entirely? This is really the core problem we're going to unpack today.
And the answer, as the research makes really clear, is, well, it's not simple. There's no one-size-fits-all formula here. The metrics you track, the very definition of what success even means, is completely dictated by your organization's core fundamental philosophy.
And generally, that philosophy falls into one of two major camps. On one side, you've got the shareholder value focus. Here, the #1 goal is maximizing financial returns for the investors. Pretty straightforward. But on the other side, you've got a customer focus, where the entire strategy is built around creating long-term trust and just an amazing customer experience. And as you can imagine, these two worldviews create two totally different scorecards.
Okay, so let's dig into that first model, the shareholder scorecard. When you're using this approach, AI success is really viewed almost entirely through a financial lens. It's all about performance. At the end of the day, the bottom line is king.
So what are they actually measuring here? We're talking hard, cold numbers. Things like return on investment, the classic ROI, direct cost savings, big productivity gains. They're even looking at its contribution to EBITDA, which is basically a measure of profitability. And of course, keeping an eye on regulatory compliance to avoid those hefty fines. The goal is super clear, a quantifiable economic impact.
This quote from the source material just captures the mindset perfectly. In this model, success isn't just about the wins, it's about avoiding the losses. It's like you're playing a defensive game, where winning means you prevented expensive mistakes, you dodged regulatory penalties, and you stayed out of legal trouble.
All right, now let's completely shift gears and look at the customer scorecard. For these organizations, success isn't just about the numbers on a spreadsheet. It's about building something that drives long-term value in a totally different way. It's all about trust.
In this world, the main KPI isn't ROI, it's the customer trust score. This is a direct pulse check on how much confidence people actually have in the company's AI. A high score, like 87%, tells you that the foundation for a really strong, long-term relationship is there.
And building on that trust, you see a huge focus on ethics. A key indicator here is the percentage of customers who feel like the AI treated them fairly. A score of 92% shows that success isn't just about being efficient, it's about a deep, genuine commitment to being equitable. And then, of course, there's the quality of the interaction itself. The average experience rating for any AI interaction is watched like a hawk. A high score, say a 4.6 out of 5, shows that a smooth, positive customer journey isn't just a goal on a PowerPoint slide, it's actually happening. And this is a brilliant illustration of the power of that trust. A high opt-in rate means customers aren't just putting up with AI, they're actively and voluntarily choosing to engage with it. That is a massive signal of success in a customer-focused model.
So we've got these two very different ways of measuring success. What does it actually look like when we visualize how each of these models prioritizes things?
Okay, take a look at the shareholder scorecard. The weighting here tells you the entire story. A massive 75%, 3/4 of the focus, is on purely financial and operational metrics. Risk mitigation gets another 20%, and, well, customer-related stuff, a tiny 5%. It is absolutely crystal clear where the priority lies.
Now look at the customer-focused scorecard. It's a complete flip. Customer experience and the strength of the relationship make up 65% of the focus. The financials are still there, of course. A business has to be sustainable, but they're treated as a supporting outcome, not the primary driver of every decision.
So here's the crucial point in all of this. A scorecard isn't just a dashboard. It's not just a collection of numbers. The metrics you choose to measure and the importance you give them are a direct reflection of your organization's core values, its true priorities. So let's just summarize the trade-offs here. The shareholder view, it's excellent for maximizing value right now, and it creates really clear accountability.
But its blind spot is that it can really undervalue those intangible things, like brand loyalty. On the flip side, the customer view is fantastic for building that long-term trust and resilience. But its blind spot, it might move a bit slower and pass up some of those short-term financial wins. Ultimately, the metrics you choose don't just measure your strategy, they become your strategy.
And that really brings us to the final thought I want to leave you with. If you were to take a hard look at the key performance indicators, the KPIs your own organization uses for AI, what story would they tell? What does your company's AI scorecard reveal about what it truly, deeply values?